What another beautiful weekend to be fully hyped. Now, the studio is experiencing a sort of controversy because of the topic that we are going to be talking about today. Well, first of all, let me introduce my pretty and humble self. I am Mary Jane Agamomen, and I have Benahi Onofe in the studio with me. Benahi, how are you doing?
I'm good.
You're good.
I am. Thank you.
You're good. You look really nice. I love this white. I can't call it polka dot because it's not round.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what is it? What should I call this?
It's a monochrome.
Monochrome. Very intelligent girl. Monochrome. That's nice. Okay. Speaking of topic, the topic for today is actually body count. Now, there is already controversy in the studio. Body count in the sense that when you hear guys talk about the number of girls that they have slept with, I'm trying to make it as basic as I can, the number of girls that they have slept with, and a girl saying the same thing, you see people actually look at her in a certain kind of way. Like, it's either they call her a prostitute or they call her a call girl or someone that is not trained. When we hear guys talk about this, you just see them talk about it with their friends and they are okay with it, and they're even sharing number of girls, and they are hooking up and it's okay with them. So Benahi, please, we have been talking about this before we came on air. Tell me about body count, please.
If you look at it from the normal perspective, body count refers to the number of persons you slept with. And like the way what you said, I don't want to have the stereotype that guys see it as a big deal when, okay, but literally, let's look at this from this, guys see it as a big deal because when, let's say they're in a relationship with a girl, I don't know why you should ask that question though to your partner, and you're like, how many guys have you slept with? And
no, we have to discuss the past so they can move on.
No,
some persons tend to leave the past in the past.
Expect maybe the girl say 1 or 2 and gets like 15 in their men. Boom, shasha. Something is going on. This girl, in fact, from their head, no, she's not wife material.
I'm telling you.
Wrong. This one is a call girl.
A call girl.
Check, this one is loose.
Check.
Exactly.
How do I introduce this one to my mother? Like, your mother is going to know that she actually slept with 15 guys.
Like you say, Mama, oh, this is my wife. Oh,
she has slept with 15.
She has slept with like 15 people. Can you imagine? My mother and I say, no, mba. Is that what you talk about? Really? But if the girl she asks how many people, like, leave that one.
Leave that one.
Like, someone actually said, there is no limit. Like, a guy is
no, I was going to come to that one. I was going to come to that one.
So guys just see that girls should be they should be chaste. In fact, virgins, or if they are not virgins, they should not really 1 or 2 prepare themselves for marriage. They should not have this entanglement with any guy. But then they are free because it's acceptable in the society. Like there's this unspoken rule that guys rule the world. Oh please,
guys rule the world.
I said unspoken to them.
Wow. We are going to get a lot of comment for this one. It's an unspoken rule that guys rule the world, like in their minds. They do. But actually, they
actually have this accolade when like this broke, but I don't know whatever broke you guys talk about. But when they have this the meeting, they talk about how many guys,
and they are proud.
It's like accolades, like I don't smash, I don't smash that. You know that kind of stuff. I've done it. I like what runs through your head
when you actually do
guys
that.
Like exactly. Is that a standard for an
I mean, you will protect your sister to the latter. You protect her. You don't want to see your younger sister
to date
their sister.
Because they know that
they know themselves.
Exactly.
You cannot allow your friend to actually come and start asking your sister out. You feel like you always, even without your friend self, you are telling your sister, stay away from guys, stay away from, because you know what you do. You know what you do. So you are looking at every other guy like that. And then you protect your sister with all your life, and then somebody else's sister, somebody else's daughter, you are actually counting as one of the ladies that you have successfully.
In fact, I've lost count.
I've lost count.
4 years, 3 years, plus or minus.
Plus or minus. And then you hear nicknames like Mara Lord, King of the Jungle, Odogu,
Boss, Chairman, Nado,
King of the Ladies. You hear stuff.
Well, hold on.
You hear stuff like that, and it's really crazy.
Exactly.
But do you think it's a norm for society to just look at girls as if they go out with more than a guy before they get married. And you know what I mean by go out with more than a guy.
Let me take you back to, like, I don't want to say my normal mantra of 50 years ago. But not me. Let's say I don't use a particular tribe, maybe Yoruba or something like that.
No, don't use any tribe.
No, not any tribe. Like, maybe I've seen movies or I've read about stuff that when a man gets married to the girl, I think that night it's a feast though. Persons will be available, like persons that came for the marriage. Then the man has to sleep with the girl. Then he will bring a white cloth with the
to show that she's a virgin.
If she was not a virgin,
I
then
think she has to bleed.
Exactly. And if she was not a virgin, that marriage will not hold, like, to be annulled.
Okay.
And
well, not every girl actually. Let's go into the like health aspect of it, because I read that one before. Not every girl actually bleed. Not every girl actually
in that
bleed.
culture, it has.
Yeah,
the girl has. If not, they'll say this girl is
not.
good. But the man would have slept with like maybe 20 girls in that village or that place.
Remember that time also when he can impregnate a girl and they have to drag the girl to his house and say marry her. I mean, there's a solution to that problem. But when it's a girl, it's just like she has been condemned.
Yes.
Let's not just put it
So
all on the guys anyway.
That same mindset, should I say, has evolved. You
Yes.
understand? So now it's not like translated into a girl. Girl should be modest. Okay, if you want to sleep with a guy, just limit it to like 2, 3. That the guy is free to be a wildling, just roam about. You understand? It's their nature. We should be forgiving.
Yeah.
You
It's
know
a man's
that-
nature to cheat.
Exactly.
I wonder who came up with that, because I don't know.
It's a guy.
Of course it should
It's
be
a
a
guy.
guy. You just hear it's a man's nature. So should we applaud them for cheating? They'll tell you, yes, we are supposed to, like, okay, it's different from when we say we are going to stay, we are ready to stay, we are ready to be with you for as long as we can. Than you to just say, okay, she's going to stay, so let me do whatever I can do. You get? So let me just go outside and, go out with other girls, body count and all of that, and then come back and apologize. Is it that simple? Like, how did they see us like that? Why?
Well, let me be forgiving towards the male folk because it's like, it would be like I'm fighting you guys. I'm not so.
We are not
but I
fighting.
feel all guys are not the same. You
Yeah,
understand?
sure.
They are not the same. So let me just be on your side for a little while. Really, like I said, all guys are not the same. Some guys that have this annoying mindset, they just like this egoistic mindset that they are all knowing and they are girls. Did you know that that's actually a deal breaker?
Sure. No, please, you are preempting our forthcoming show.
Okay, let me not go there. To them, they just feel, and this thing is actually, it's real. You might see that, okay, it's just theory. No, person just feel that their lady, because they want to have that conversation with them. I don't see the need though. I don't really see the need to have this conversation. What's your body count? How many girls have you slept? Okay, fine. Whatever makes you happy. But you will not say, okay, the girl says a particular number, and then you just have this this conception that I don't really think this can
you don't
work
like
out.
it, but do you feel like it's right for we to actually know? Because you were not there when she was like 5 years old. So that moment where you're trying to get to know your spouse better, the person you're dating, and then you'd be like, what school did you study at? Where have you traveled to? Is it the same thing as? It should be the same thing as how many guys have you slept, because we're all trying to get to know you better. But
you know why I said why you should never answer that question, because that alone has rendered so many relationships like
broken.
Exactly, broken.
Or
so,
career ended before it started.
Exactly. You are there. So if you have, because I feel you can, in a relationship, you should talk about anything basically. So if that question pops up, I feel you should be ready for any answer, brace yourself for any answer.
True.
This girl
True
or this guy is loyal to you. So if he or she says this is my body count, I think you should just take, because she's not cheating on you. She actually met this guy before she got into a
So why
relationship.
the turn off? Why the turn off? For she
It's
goes.
that mindset.
Okay.
That mindset really has to go away. We can't take it away, but I feel it should go away, because you are no saint, and if that is a big deal to you, just tell the girl and I beg, let the girl go away, so that you not make the girl feel all useless or loosed or like a prostitute. Like you understand. So that's just it basically.
Okay. My next question is, why does society actually accept? Let me not use the word accept, because some persons can counter me, which you are allowed to. But society has this way of like going easy on a male folk than on a female, because when a guy is talking about how many ladies that he has slept with, even if some persons want to raise eyebrows or they want to shout, they don't react as much as they would do for a lady.
To be honest, actually I'm honest, this issue did not start now, because if you are talking about an issue, you need to talk about the remote cause and the immediate cause.
Yes.
This mindset that is rampant in a lot of male folk and even female folk, it did not just start now. You look at Elizabethan era, like Shakespearean era, Africa, what have you.
Please take us to the library.
Back, you understand? You have the wife submissive right now is a controversial should I say word. You have wives submissive. When I mean submissive, like they don't talk back, they must be virgins, they
the traditional kind of women.
So it's not just an African thing. It happened. It happens everywhere, really.
Yes.
So,
by tradition, I mean conservative.
Yes. So right now, you say 100 years later, 200 years later, that mindset will still be there. It's just that it should be reduced, but it's still there. You can't take away that mindset from a lot of persons, but you just have to tell them that really that mindset is okay. Really, you should
change.
You should change. Okay. What's good for the goose is good for the gander.
Exactly. So now, what actually kept this studio, should I say, awake for a couple of minutes, let me say 20 to 40 minutes, and we're just having conversations, was this question actually thrown at everybody. The question is, what's the limit for a guy, and then what's the limit for a girl? And then we had a lot of comments from different persons in the studio. I would also love you to go to the comment section and then just tell us what's the limit. Just give your own comment. Who knows? It might be in sync with what I'm thinking or what somebody else also said in the studio. You know, someone said 50 for a guy, and then
no, another guy who said, how did the person even say?
So he said
there's no limit.
There's no limit for a guy. I'm not going to ask you to forgive me, because this is what you said. I actually wish I could bring you so that you could say this. Everybody will know this is what you said. But quote unquote, you actually said a girl should not do more than 4 guys before she gets married. Then for a guy, do as much as you can before you get married. And please go to the comment section and please help me reply this person, because
because my standpoint right now in this conversation is I'm just being objective. You have persons like, why should there ever be a body count and all those things? But if I'm being objective, what is good for the goose
is good for the gander, because the world has actually revolved. There are some things that we normally know should not have even been in play now. There are certain things that we'll hear and like, oh my God, this is ruining the peace of the nation. This is making people lose themselves. But it's here. And a lot of persons appreciate it. And then you see people downplay the way they use it other than the way other people use it. And it's really confusing. So you, like, what's the limit for a guy and for a girl? And give us your reasons, please.
Well, personally, if I should look at this from one view,
okay.
If a guy should tell me that maybe he has 50, well, I tend to look, okay, let me not put it this way, a guy should tell me maybe 50.
Okay.
If I'm sure, maybe if I want to ask that question, I will never ask that question. Maybe if we're in a relationship, or let's say we're in a relationship before in talking stage, if you say 50, man, I won't look at like you being loose or anything. I'll be like, what's the possibility that we being in a relationship, or let's say marriage, you will not cheat on me? Like, if it's that easy, like maybe you in a month 4-7 different persons, you understand? I'm like, okay, will I be any different? Do you get? So you might actually want to get this
and go.
So that's my shaping my should I say
perception.
my perception towards that person, and that's my own point. I won't say you are loose or anything, but I just feel, because how can you say how will I put it? 7 girls or 7 guys in a month, or 10 or 15, and I'm like,
this is not dating them and actually getting the benefit, but this is actually you just going out and doing what you know how to do best.
exactly. I think there should be should I say, this constraint or restraint. You can't just, because you feel this way, you just do it, and 170. Really, if you tell me that amount, I might be like, I might just be
See,
another two.
I would see, for me, if I hear like 100, so I should be scared. Okay, it's my.
How do you have that strength? Like,
because I can't tell you that when people say something, okay, you should react.
Yeah.
There's always a reaction. So when you tell me 100, I'm like, what? Or
my eyebrows.
or a person
will be
like me
apt,
who
really.
I know how to control my facial expression.
Trust me, I can't.
I would just like, wow, that's really nice. I will not even say anything. I'll tell you it's okay. But then I'm not sure we'll ever sit down together to even say anything because I'm scared.
Meaning that if we're talking, you are looking at me like,
Me and you could do anything at any point. I'm like, okay.
No offense though, but
if you can't hold yourself,
100.
if you can't hold yourself and then you're able to do 100, and let me say you are
Not
27.
100 times with a particular person.
No, like 100 ladies.
And one person could be like 3 times.
I'm telling you,
So,
times 100. We are,
plus or minus 250.
please, 300.
We are done that.
So at that point in time, I'm feeling if you can't actually hold yourself for a week without actually, having sexual intercourse, and you're having a conversation with me in my mind, please let people be around there because you can actually do anything at any moment. So I should be scared for myself. But then again, I'm not saying that you are a bad person because you didn't tell me you're a bad person and nobody said you're a bad person. So I can't actually say you're a bad person, but there is this survival instinct in everybody, this human perception that we have to protect ourselves first.
Yeah.
So then again, I want to shift for the time being. When I realize who you truly are, I will come back.
The body count is not the problem. Okay.
It's just this,
not the problem.
it's just this our mind.
It's
How
the mindset. Like I said, from the objective view,
okay.
what is good for the goose is good for the gander.
All right.
But if we should look at it, the body count, I'm not saying that my limit may not be another person's limit, but 100. Really?
Is much.
70.
And then you ask, how old are you? The person might just tell you I'm 26. So when did you start?
Exactly.
At what age?
And I'm sure if you say 70%, I'm not sure you remember the faces of everybody you slept with or something like that.
You hear something like around 70, 80. Something like that.
I'm not talking about thousands of naira. I mean person.
Approximation. They can never ever get the exact number because they don't even remember the number of persons that they slept with.
Yeah.
And if you should do a proper research on it, you might discover that it's even over 100. They just don't want to increase it. So they just said, although I'm not them, so I can't speak for anybody.
Yeah.
But really, we hear guys say, I want to marry a decent girl. I want to marry a girl that has kept herself for her husband. And then again, you hear another thing. Someone once said this to me. Okay, we are having a conversation, not actually to me per se, but we are just having a conversation. And he said, I want to marry, quote unquote, a sex freak. But then again, she should be decent. She has kept herself. So I'm like,
Maybe peace of
the Lord be with you. Because you
choose
can't have
one.
both.
Stop confusing stop confusing us. Because you say you want a decent, let's say God-fearing.
Really, stop confusing the devil.
Then sex freak. Because choose one.
Choose one because you can't actually have both.
As in,
It's either you have an experienced
like
person.
someone said, I want Chioma Jesus with a bit of Cardi B.
Wow.
And then I was like,
How possible is that?
exactly.
Should we actually give you clay so you create your own person?
Just
Because this
choose
one is
one.
not physical attribute now.
Sex freak. Okay, who is a decent lady to that person?
No, he was talking about a girl who is still a virgin,
Oh, a virgin,
kept
then
herself,
someone be a sex
God-fearing, and then you are going about following as many as you can.
Or maybe he meant a sex enthusiast.
No, he said freak, and I understand
Freak.
that guy. He meant
Okay,
freak.
freak. You can't be a freak
A
and
freak
be
is
a
a
virgin.
No, he wants her to be a freak and understand everything about
addict.
sex. Yes.
Sex addict.
Let me not say addict, shall, but a freak is you understand everything, all the inside and outside of sexual intercourse. That's the kind of lady
Everything.
that he wants.
Okay, and you want a virgin.
And he wants a
that has
very
not tried anything.
God-fearing person. So if you marry that kind of person, won't you be so displeased? because you have to actually teach this person, and trust me, it's going to take
You
time.
have given her this standard that you must. This is what I want.
And the moment she tries to like impress you, she might be doing it wrong.
And then may God bless that marriage that the guy is not looking outside. Be like, he might blame the lady after all, and be like, you caused this and stuff like that.
All right.
So guys, know what you want. Girls, know what you want.
So generally, should we even be talking about body counts in like today? Should we even, because back in the day we had people who would keep themselves till marriage. We have men who respected themselves even if they were two away goals here and there. It was not too much.
Sometimes makes me think that does sex equate love or equate?
Yeah, you know, we said it
consistency
does sexual intercourse actually keep a man? No, we'll talk about that. That's another topic for another day. We'll talk about that, but just keep that at the back of your mind. But first of all, does it really keep a man?
No.
It doesn't. Okay, let's leave it there. So, and your last words for the show, please.
Well, from the objective point of view,
Objective
I would
point.
just say that this topic should not mar the relationship you have with your partner.
Okay.
And then you should not give this one-sided opinion that this is the standard for a lady and this is the standard for a guy. I just feel if you can do something, why not the other person can also do it? You understand? So with my normal saying, what is good for the goose right now is good for the gander.
All right, for me, I would just say that we are not encouraging any girl to go out there and become a miscreant or a hooligan or a call girl or whatsoever just because she watched this show. But we are trying to talk about what is happening in our contemporary days that we should not even accept in the first place. But then again, we have one gender who feels like it's for them and they should be appraised when they do it. That's what we are actually talking about. Well, keep yourself, stay safe, do what you feel is right for you, and then whatever you believe in, go ahead and do it. Until we come your way next time, please follow us on all our social media platforms, VOS TV Nigeria on Instagram and Facebook, and on YouTube is VOS TV News. And then you can follow me on Instagram, mj.agens. That's where you can find me. Feel free to stalk me. You have the right to. Until you see me next time, next Saturday, next weekend, please stay blessed and stay happy. See ya.